Hey everybody, it's Joe Baby here. Today is day 116. I'm at 2,079 miles in Maine, and guess where I am? Bum, bum, bum. I'm in the 100-mile wilderness. No supplies, no nothing for 100 miles. Here I go. So I've done some things too. I've done a few things. So recap: yesterday did a 28 to this Moxie lakeside shelter, and I tented there. And today, still rolling with lunchbox, and we're gonna continue. We're gonna finish this out together, which still shooting for the end of June. And so today we did actually 18 into Monson, Maine, and we did showers, laundry, and a big resupply, a big one. 5+ days of food. And what we did is we packed 3 days of supplies, 3 days of food, and then the rest of the food. Geez, I didn't know this was going to be a big climb right out of the gate. The rest of the food, which is about 2.5 days, put in a bucket, and we are going to have it delivered to us a little past the halfway point in the 100-mile wilderness. Most people just go do the same thing. But it's only going to take us about 3.5 to 4 days to get through the 100-mile wilderness. Because that's how we roll. So today's going to be mostly done. Only have 3 miles left for today after all our town chores. And the other big thing that I did is I sent my tent home. I know, it's crazy. And I sent my bear spray home, and I sent a knife home. So basically till the 30th, about 6 days ish. Got my clothes, sleeping bag, my mat, my blow up mat, and that's about it. I'm gonna sleep in shelters the rest of the time. And tell you what, that 2.5 pounds that I just got rid of, it's a huge difference. It really feels nice. I couldn't believe how much lighter it made me feel. So I'm down to bare bones for the rest of my trip. Terrain-wise, we're getting into, even though we're in the 100-mile wilderness now, we still got a decent climb tomorrow. I think we got about 5,800 feet of elevation tomorrow. Dang, lunchbox took off. And the last 80 miles isn't bad, but essentially we're going to do a 28 tomorrow, a 20 the next day, a 25, and then the last day before we hit Katahdin, we're gonna do like a 32 or a 33, something like 30 something. And then we'll be at the base of Katahdin. We have one day for fluff at Katahdin, just in case there's weather, just in case there's any issues whatsoever. We have a built-in fluff day. So if all goes well, I'll be home on July 1st. So I'm pretty excited about that. Pretty excited. I'm, really enjoying myself being out here. I think I said it'll be sad. That'll probably be a little sad that day. The day I finish. But I'll also definitely be equally as more happy. I'll definitely be more happy when I get home and resume my life. This is not reality, and I know that. So that's what's been going on. Today, out of nowhere, I was hiking. Today was a real easy hiking day, even with the stops and everything. Today, I was hiking along. Lunchbox was just a few steps ahead of me. I think he rustled up some hornets, and they stung me on my ankle, of all places. And so now, I don't know if you can tell, but that ankle is swollen. It doesn't feel good. It's very inflamed and itchy, and it feels heavy. So I'm dealing with it, and hey, like they say, the show must go on. When we got into Monson, we did our resupply at Shaw's Hiker Hostel. I'm not sure why I didn't take pictures. Sometimes I wonder why I don't take pictures of stuff. Trail's a little dicey through here. Anyway, yeah, we were there at Shaw's in Monson, and it's a pretty cool place. They had a t-shirt that I really wanted, but I decided not to get it because if I'm trying to keep my pack weight down, why am I adding weight when I'm sending things home? So I guess if I really wanted the shirt, I could probably have them ship me one, which I would love to do. Shaw's Hiker Hostel, super cool place. And they didn't have any larges at the time. He had larges coming in, and I didn't want an extra large, so whatever. But Shaw's Hiker Hostel is a really cool place. They've got an incredible resupply in there. They've got like this part of their house, but it's like a store, and they've got tons of shoes. They've got the upstairs is all food. It's probably the best resupply, one of the best hiker resupplies I've ever seen. It was expensive though, but I this final leg of the trip, just trying to go as light as possible because we're going to be banging out the miles, and so I spent more money on my resupply, and also, like I was saying, they're gonna. I bought 5 days worth, but I'm only carrying 2.5 of it, roughly. Well, really 3 of it. And then what they do is they meet us. They're gonna meet us just past It's called White Cap Mountain, I believe. And we tell them what time. I mean, they give us a time, and we tell them when we're going to be at Mary Joe or Jimmy Joe something Joe Landing. And then they bring the food out, and we meet them there, which is pretty cool. So that's what we're gonna do, and that keeps us. So I had to pay. That was $80, but we split it. Me and Lunchbox split it, so it was $40 each. And they bring us 2 cold beverages. So those will probably be. Lunchbox didn't want. He didn't want. They'll give you a beer or a soft drink. He doesn't drink either. So those will be the last 2 cold Mountain Dews that I will probably ever drink again. So I will say those will be my 2 Celebration Mountain Dews. I'll chug, I'll get a sugar rush, it'll feel good, and then I'll continue on my 28-mile day, hiking day, whatever. So that's kind of what's going on. It does feel good, the end. I can feel the end coming. So that part really feels good. So far, like there was a chance of rain today, and it did not rain. So I'm happy about that. Then I think Monday it's gonna rain. Well, I shouldn't say that. There's a 58% chance of rain on Monday. So I don't know. Maybe it will rain. Maybe it won't rain. Regardless, I'm sleeping in a shelter the rest of the way. Hopefully I'm not screwing myself by getting rid of my shelter, my mobile shelter, but boy does the weight difference. Feels amazing. And like I've said in some of my videos, I'm tired, man. I'm tired. I'm worn out. I mean, I've been hiking basically for the past 120 days. Think of this. Every day from sunup to almost sundown. All day long. Hiking all day long for 120 days straight. Every single day, except for my zeros, which I will end up probably, I'm not taking any more zeros, about 12 or 13 days off. And 3 of those days essentially were forced because of weather. Well, they weren't forced, but I didn't want to be dumb and hike in bad weather. I don't know if I talked about it, but early last week, I believe it was, guy died on Mount Washington, which I hiked over, and some pretty high winds. But the temperatures dropped, and that's why Lunchbox and I got off trail for 2 days. Temperatures dropped, high winds. It actually snowed and rime iced up there. It was treacherous, extremely cold. I wouldn't have hiked Mount Washington. I mean, they were calling for 100-mile-an-hour winds. I wouldn't have done that. But if it was above freezing and a 50-mile-an-hour wind and raining, I probably would have done it. But not in the conditions. So there were like 17 rescues in the White Mountains and 1 death. So you got to be smart. You can't be a tough guy and try to do it. So don't need that. Anyway, so really what it came down to about 10 0 days, but that's what I'm saying. Imagine 120 days of hiking, this kind of stuff, and worse, straight up, 5,000 plus elevation days. A lot of them, day in and day out. And what I'm getting at is, obviously, it's very hard on the body. Weighed myself today at Shaw's. I'm down to 182 pounds. And I am eating. I've upped my food. Like I said, it doesn't matter. I think the heat, because it's starting to get hotter, and the elevation, the amount of climbing, doesn't matter. I just don't think, I can't carry enough food. So 182. I came out here, I was about 225-ish. What is that? Almost 40 pounds. And I can feel it. Like nothing, everything's fallen off. So hopefully I've got, hopefully I don't lose any more weight because my backpack's just about too big on me, which I'm gonna obviously make do. My backpack's too big and all of my clothes are too big. All of them. Including my underwear, which are falling off. So I have to keep a belt cinched, keep them pulled up high so that they'll stay on. I didn't think I'd lose this much, but I'm just glad I didn't get down to 160. That would have been ridiculous. That's what I was kind of worried about. Can't eat enough. What I was getting at with that, there's a mosquito on me. What I was getting with that is I spent more on food through the 100 mile. What I did this time, instead of eating, we'll call them snacks, like a candy bar or something like that, and just looking at just the calories, I bought meal bars, full meal bars. So, through the 100 mile, to keep my weight from going down anymore, I'm basically eating 7 meals a day. That's including 8 meals a day, because each bar is considered a meal bar, a meal replacement. So I'll be eating 8 meals a day. We'll see what happens. I'd love to gain a couple pounds. That'd be phenomenal. I think I'd feel better too. Not as tired. That's part of the problem, I think. I think my body's just eating itself. I know it is. So, all right, well, I'm kind of jabbering, going on and on. So, I'm going to make it to my campsite tonight with no tent. I'm going to sit in the shelter. I got a sub sandwich. Probably going to eat a sub. I might also eat a Mountain House meal. That'll be two dinners. Dope up with mosquito spray and live the shelter life for the remainder of my hike, and hope that these shelters aren't full of southbound hikers. I really hope there's a spot for me in the shelters. Otherwise, I guess I'm cowboy camping out in the woods. I'll put my bug net over my head and just sleep out in the woods unless it's raining, and then I will force my way into a shelter. But I think most, You know, if most southbounders at this point, they're real green, meaning they're not very experienced hikers, and they don't like being in the shelters. They'd rather be in their tent. I'd rather be in my tent. So I feel like I'll probably be okay. Lunchbox has been doing it for the past 90 days. So we'll see. We will see. Oh, there's a little lake over there. 100 miles got a lot of bugs though, so we'll see what happens. I guess I'll have to like dope up before I go to bed and just deal with it. There's a lot of water crossings too. We crossed 4 places today where the shoes had to come off. And we had to wade through rivers to continue on. And I know there's a lot more of that in the 100 mile. I'll take some pictures, but I mean, I'm just trying to get through this at this point, which is why there's not a whole lot of videos coming. But I will do, for sure, a video when I get to Katahdin, like the day before. And then I'll definitely do some video while I'm on Katahdin. That's the day I summit. So, I still haven't seen a moose yet. I don't know what the deal is with that. Like I said, there's moose poop everywhere. But no moose. No moose. I really want to see a moose. So, anyway. Hope you all have a great day. Wow, what a beautiful lake. That'd be a nice lake to jump into. I'm definitely going to miss, the serenity and the peace, quiet of these woods. But I'm going to get a big dose of it here in the 100 mile because there's nothing. Don't miss that. All right. You guys have a great day. I had another great day, and talk to you soon. See ya.